Hello, it's Jeffrey with I'll do that again. Hello, it's Jeffrey with Real Nifty Vintage, and today we're in the basement at Aaron's Train Corner. Stella, stop being a little, you know what, licking everything. All right, so we're here in the train corner, and we're gonna show you around here. Mostly Aaron will be talking, and he'll tell you all about his train layout and corner, and this is where you spend all of your time now.
Pretty much.
So let's turn the camera this way and go take a tour of his train corner. So let's start, I guess.
Well, first of all, I know Jeffrey has done this tour before, but it has been quite some time ago. So I've done quite a bit since then, so I thought it would be time for an updated tour.
All right. So what you may see a lot of is photos on the walls. Those span the entire corner over here, and they're all over the area here in southern Illinois.
I'm pretty sure last time we did this video, these were up here, so that probably looks familiar, but if you show them the stuff along the top, that's all new stuff. I don't believe that any of those were up around there at that time.
Yeah, they go all around this room.
I think those were up on there, but let's see here. The railroad signs, I'm pretty sure would have been up. I put them up towards the beginning of this project. Stuff on that. And one other difference that's down here now is I have some of my Cardinal stuff that I've collected over the years was in the closet upstairs. But when we transitioned rooms for the eBay room, we ended up cleaning out one of the closets, and I brought some of the stuff down here. So you can see some of my Cardinal stuff in here too. I don't think any of you have seen it. 2011 World Series when the Cardinals won it. Also, I have stuff from the 06 one. Some other train cars just that I don't have on my layout right now are in there, and all that. Now on the layout, we should show them that for sure right now.
Okay.
These two train units right here are less than 3 weeks old. Just got those in here, and those are pretty neat. And then this one he had gotten me at Christmas time. You might have seen that before. The one down there.
That's in Norfolk Southern.
And this is Conrail, and that's a CSX. Conrail is no longer used anymore, but the NS and CSX are.
So talk about the layout.
And some other stuff on the layout here. The little, it's supposed to be a Betty something or another's diner.
Betty's Diner.
That's actually not entirely done, but it's going to probably
What a weird assortment of cars. I haven't seen those yet.
I put them in there. But, I mean, you know, it works. A lot of the other scenery pieces perhaps you saw, I can't remember the last time when we did that video how much of this layout was actually completed.
Yeah, I think those were there. So this came as a set. It was at an auction that I bought these foam pieces. They are foam. We glued them down to this piece of plywood, and then we went in and put some ballast in. That's what this little rock is called, ballast. And the train track is actually called flex track. So it's designed to rotate and kind of flex just as you need it to. You can also buy the pre-formed train track pieces, but with having all of these curves, I thought it would be easiest if we used the flex track. So we glued that down with like Elmer's glue, so the track is in place that way, and the ballast, for the most part, the crushed rock, is also glued down. So we just turned on the display unit, the transformer power pack, and here it goes. That's all you're gonna do?
No, I'm not done.
Now he's running it backwards.
And the one
oh, down there it's going too. Why is that one so struggling down there? Is it because there's not enough power to propel two trains at once? Is that what it is?
Now
do they
showing the view of it coming back.
The view, okay. That's all you're gonna do, huh?
That's it.
Okay.
That's all she wrote for right now.
Okay, so that's his train thing, and he plays with that every now and again. This here's what is that?
It's from a friend of mine who works for R.J. Corman Railroad Switching Company. I could wear it when I'm out rail fanning if I really want to be nerdy, but I don't. So I leave it hanging right there. It looks good. Some might think I wear it while I'm messing with my trains, but I don't. These railroad signals over here, you might have seen, I can't remember, those are old lantern-y type. Well, that one is more so. That one's actually a remodeled, newer version that's electric. I should turn it on.
This one, we picked that up at an antique mall.
So that lights up. You've got that one only, so you can run them both.
Yes.
The other one can only light up as of now, unless we ever get it made electrical, which I don't think I will since that one is. But you have to use, that's a wick like oil lamp.
Oh, it's an oil lamp.
And then it would light up.
You have like a whole snack bar down here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is true. I see, folks, I moved it all down here because he, if I leave it up there, will eat on it. And he hasn't been eating on it now, so that's good.
Yeah, because I don't think about it. So I'm
That's
actually
right.
happy that you have it down here. So explain what's going on over here.
These are just newer versions of the lanterns. That's your old versions over there, and then those are the newer day. Well, they're not brand new, but newer versions.
So there's
of
a
lanterns.
Burlington Northern, which is the orange, and there's a CSX in the yellow, Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern in the yellow.
Still want to get a couple other ones yet, but it's just luck of the draw finding that stuff. And then some railroad books are back there. Some more of my caps, a Blues cap and a couple of Diamondbacks. My aunt and uncle live out in Arizona, so I am a Diamondbacks fan too, besides Cardinals. A couple other caps. Those are shot glasses from our
Travel
cruise trips. Those are the 2 cruises we did. The blue one's the first cruise, and the red one, by that one, is what we did this past January.
And you have your little mug collection.
Yeah,
Ponderosa, Bonanza, McDonald's, Hardee's.
Working on that.
Yes.
And then over here we have more shot glasses. These are from places I've traveled, all states I've traveled.
Mostly without me. That was all before
that was with
me.
My mom more so.
Yeah. And then up here you have some.
That's neat.
You have a wood thing up here. This was given to you when you were younger by someone, right? Or
It wasn't given to me really. It was actually my grandmother gave it to me when she died. I got it then, but. My grandmother's neighbor did handcrafting of wood items, and he made them a few other things too, but that was one of them.
Where did that other wood thing come from? Did you buy that with me at the Savers or something?
I just stuck it up top then. It's kind of cool. It's like the small version of that one. I couldn't believe it.
Did we get that at Savers,
We
that
did.
cutout? Okay.
Savers or Goodwill.
It was a while ago. So turn on this lamp, or those lights. I know they could turn on.
It does.
There we go. So that was made to do that. That is not how it would traditionally look because we converted it over to an LED light inside.
Yeah, we hooked up the electrical to the light bulb that was in it from the railroad, and it blew out.
It blew out very quickly. I don't think
electrical balance.
I think we had the wrong currents going through. Right. Okay. So that's that, and then just some random, like a couple pieces
that's another
of
lantern too, but it doesn't light up either.
Then you have whatever that's part of a light.
That's the old signals that were on the Norfolk Southern line that went near here.
Are you? I just noticed.
I'm starting to put them up there.
Are you serious?
We'll go all the way down here. Show them.
What in the world?
Yeah, that they're going to go all the way down there yet. So by the next update, they should be there.
Who looks at pictures that way?
Well, it's called.
You're going to have a bent neck.
Actually, I see them when I'm sitting there. I can see them.
Really? Okay.
Very well.
Well.
So anyhow, that's that.
They're upside down if you're in the chair, though.
They might like that old. That's one of the very first things I got for this corner. Besides those.
I
big
did.
signs.
I talked him into that one. That was at a antique mall. I think it was like $3 or so. You did not want it at the time. I was trying to convince you so much, and you just wouldn't have it. You were just like, I don't know about them apples. And I said, well, I think it'll be good. And now apparently it's one of your favorite things.
That's nice. It's cool. I mean,
Yeah.
it works. And then I was also, when I was a kid, into Toy Story. I don't think you showed them that.
His Toy Story collection.
It's small. I don't have near what I'd like out of that movie, but
you would like
the
more?
Basic.
Oh, okay.
Those are the core 2 characters, but there's a lot more.
I know there's Potato Head.
Yeah.
And all them other things, Dinosaur or something. Okay, so that's pretty much the
caps I've got.
Oh, the caps, yes.
Illinois Central, CN, BNSF, Union Pacific, CSX, and then 2NS, Norfolk Southern caps. Like to get some more of those eventually too. So I would call this corner 3/4 done, but there is more work to do with quite a few more photos to go, and then I'd like to get some more caps and stuff. But I mean, only so much room in the corner before Jeffrey has a heart attack walking down here.
I mean, you're feeling every square inch of it is what you're doing. and this is a problem.
But my little cubby there. Now yours is down here, and you should give them an update of that. See what.
Oh well, I guess while we're on it, we can. So you have clothes sprawled out down here.
Yeah, ignore that. I don't think they saw that.
They were with us at the antique mall when I got that.
Right.
That's the Enjoy Cone. It is from Eat It All. Eat It All cones, and if you look at the mobile hanging, that's the same brand, the Eat It All brand. And then I do have die cuts across the wall. I bought those on eBay a while ago, and a beautiful vintage refrigerator. It's not plugged in, but it does work. But that's the inside of it. I would love to have one similar to this upstairs, but they're very difficult to find, in good condition. Usually they're in pretty okay condition on the outside and possibly bad on the inside, or vice versa. So it's hard to find one that's all around in great shape. But I do have some kind of odds and ends up top here. And then down here, we've got like a little shake mixer. This is not old, it's Hamilton Beach. It's a reproduction kind of a style. And then some Anchor Hocking and this wonderful colored platinite dishes. And we do have some restaurant ware. This is made by Buffalo China. I have a cookie jar right here, some straws, little ice cream cone, salt and pepper shakers, some fun swizzle sticks they're just really cool and retro. Let me turn the light on over here. We do have a light. There we go, makes things easier to see. This was actually gifted. Got that from a subscriber. I have an old-fashioned cash register down here that I do keep my money in, just sort of like a bank situation. So if I need cash around the house, it's great for that. So that's the bar. And then over across this way, I have more cutouts, and there's also this school clock. That's an old clock, but I went ahead and redid the hands and the mechanism on it so that it will work. So traditionally those clocks were made to work all together across the entire school or facility, and they ran together on a line. It's called a slave clock, and they would be operated by a master clock, which would keep the time for the entire school. So if you happen to remember back in the day when you're waiting for, the end of class or something, and you notice that the hand goes backwards, it's actually doing that to keep up with the rest of the clock. So it's kind of calibrating whenever it was going backwards and clicking back. So now it's a real clock and we can use it, but there are die cuts across that side over there, and my super cool French fry woman and cheeseburger man. Those are metal gauge, probably like a 30 gauge metal. And I picked those up at an auction. I did spend up for them, considering. I think I paid about $60. It was at least $60 for the set, but I really wanted them. Thought they were super cool. They reminded me of like an old diner, or actually more so like a drive-in movie theater. So I got those. They kind of remind me of Twister. Do they remind you of Twister, the movie? Maybe.
Did you show them your Enjoy a Big Cone?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And then I have like
We're
a little...
gonna go in the other room too.
Oh, we are? Well, this is a whole
thing.
thing.
That sign they probably didn't see.
I do have this diner thing. I bought this online. It's just to add to the ambience. It does turn on.
Good.
Yeah. Open 24 hours. And then To the Trains One Way, that's for him. And I put that, it's just a pretty painting. That's one of those, somebody did it, but they did a good job, I think. Okay. Oh, visit our ice cream department. I just wrote my name with a dry erase marker. It can come off, but it's blank either way, so I just thought it was kind of fun. I bought these lights on eBay. I think they're really neat. They're like a minty green color, and they are made to come on with the lights that you would have down the stairs, and then they also match this mint green color for the diner section. Apparently we're looking at the unfinished side for some reason. Are you gonna show us the laundry? What are we doing? There's my tree, I keep it up.
Show them the, well yeah, that's the laundry area, but you can show them how we got the tools organized. I don't know if they ever, and all that.
You don't think if they ever what?
I don't remember if you showed it before when it was
I don't think it's really relevant, but this is where we keep our tools. I don't know, so there they are. What can I say?
Caulking.
What can I say about this? So actually, interesting fact, whenever we moved into this house, none of these walls were here. This was an open basement. So this is the, you know, the concrete floor, and this wall down the center was not there. This beam and that beam were there. And of course that wall was not there. So we kind of divided the space up into the unfinished side, this side, and the finished side is the other side. The difference between the two is that we have drywall, and then we had a guy come in and do plaster on the walls. And secondly, I painted the floors. We have just kind of random stuff here. That's the original furnace for the house, which is quite impressive. And then we have, you know, a freezer. But this flooring here, I painted with like epoxy paint. And this is what you traditionally use with a garage. So you'd get this paint, and you can have it tinted actually in any color. I chose white, and then I threw down the speckles like you would do in the garage. But I wanted it to look very like mid-century modern, and it is in a way to remind you of terrazzo flooring, if you're familiar with that. So that's kind of the idea. This bar though, I never, I guess, really mentioned it, but this bar came with the house. Now, it did not come looking like this. Why'd you turn the light out?
So those really stand out.
Okay. Oh, so let me talk about some things here. These are known as schoolhouse pendants, schoolhouse lights. They're reproductions, but they're a little bit of a smaller version of what you would see hanging like in a school. So that's one thing. I chose those because I thought they looked cool. But like I said, the bar, and then you turn the lights back on.
I did.
Okay. The bar came with the house, but when it came, the green part was like
It's brown.
I thought it was yellow.
Beigeish brown, yeah.
It was yellow.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It was like a urine yellow.
Okay.
Yeah. And basically we painted it all up, and I modernized. I made it look more period, more 30s, 40s, early 50s, like just that whole idea. Mint green, and so I chose that color and went with it. Hence the colors.
There's another thing to show them, and that is the Etsy room changes.
Okay.
Because I know they've seen that room and how it was when it was in operation.
This here, that's another clock that I have to convert over. I think I still have to do that. No, this one has been converted, so why do I have it? I'm not sure. Maybe it's already listed. But this is our little setting area that we don't really set in. And I love that chair. It's so cool and retro.
That's my chair when I sit
So
there.
is the other one. But the spare room that many people are asking what we're using it for is right here. So
this was the Etsy room. I'm sure people remember it.
this was the Etsy room, the one that I got sick of coming to. So basically we just have empty shelves for the most part. Some of these items are just on hiatus. I don't have a plan for them yet. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with some of these things. Some of them might end up in a live sale that I do on YouTube, but there's really not a lot of stuff in here that's left over. So that's pretty good. Little filing cabinet. But right now we're not really using the room for anything productive, and that's okay. We'll have it here if we need it. But I still have my circus stuff down here, my little collection. So I have to decide what's going on with this. I was thinking about paring it down and moving it up into a curio cabinet upstairs, but it's sort of tricky because I have these carnival canes that are pretty long. So that would not obviously fit in a curio cabinet. But some of these things I could potentially part with. For instance, these little glasses. They're cool, but I only have 3 of them, thinking that I would eventually find the rest. But this one has like a seal on it. These are older. I think they're Libby, if my memory is correct. This has a lion and this one has a clown. I believe there was at least 2 or 3 more glasses that had scenes on them. This is a Hazel Atlas Platinite with the, or is it Anchor? Well, it's either Anchor Hawking or Hazel Atlas, but it has the clown on it, and has the matching cookie jar, which is very cool. These are the Bozo Glasses. They're really hard to come by. These I might be willing to sell online as well, because while I did watch Bozo growing up, I'm not I wouldn't be too sad to have these sold. I actually bought them with the intent to resell a while ago, but they're really cool. So if you watched Bozo when you were growing up, I mean, obviously I was watching the reruns. So there's that. I've got a Jocko pinball game. This is really cool though. It's a Victorian era, like circus kind of a thing. Like little cutouts, ephemera. Very neat. They're like Victorian scraps. Very, very neat. And then here's some Tom Collins glasses. Again, I wouldn't mind selling those. They were part of a set as well. They're in a frosted glass. I've got this cool ring toss game. There are certain things here that I wouldn't sell, but I could pare this down. But all in all, that's what I've got going on in this room. That's pretty much the only point to it. I do have some basic things left that I bought in bulk from bulk.com, bulq.com, that are in here still, mostly fabric items, but not much else is going on in here. I think that's a pretty good place to wrap up. We just essentially went across the whole basement, pretty much, right? Except over here we have this painting I bought at an estate sale. It's just kind of filling the wall. I'm not one way or the other about it. I just thought it was a nice big size. And are you really going around turning all the lights off?
Yep. Well, not all of them. I won't put everybody in the dark here.
Okay, good. This one I bought, it's not old. It's based on, it's called I think Cherry Blossom. And it's a Van Gogh painting, but it's a picture of a painting on canvas. But that is all. That is all we have to show. Oh, you're gonna pick up the dog for the ending?
Yeah.
Okay, we will wrap up this video here. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.